Hello, it's Original MaRul, and welcome back for some more FTB Interactions Remastered. Spent a lot of time yesterday getting stuff set up, and probably going to keep doing that today. So we can finally get this base up to snuff with the old base's production. Start getting stuff actually moved over completely, and start trying to progress towards having a decent next tech level. What's up down here still? Currently in generate mode, but it is dead. Okay, so that is... yeah, all those are out. This is time. Now it's time for the update. What's the power level look like? Okay, it still has a bit of power. Good time to update. I need to pretty much take all of this out. I do need to sadly change out the power. That for the new battery buff or battery bank. Couldn't think of the word. Good, that cleaned up all the wire. Now I need to switch out all these dynamo hatches. Because I will feel better about running IV machines on these new hatches. Okay, there's dynamos. Batteries. Correctly, this should be enough. There. Leave the actual new rotors. You're clicking the wrong thing. Cool that they have the colors so now what do you say? %168% efficiency, 18.36 AV, almost 100,000 liters per tick. So 100 buckets per tick. Say. I'm going to throw in another fluid interface here. Make sure there's enough bandwidth. Looks like it's going back up. Let's see. Still kicking off every once in a while. Let's see, I need the cover. Be able to put this back on. Over to idle. This is probably not set correctly. Oh, was it because it was inverted? That's not reading anything. I mean, it is empty. Pulls up enough, it will start putting out a signal. Okay, so IV is 8192. So yeah, this can produce slightly over. So I should be able to get a clean amp from each of these currently. Clean IV amp when they're at max speed. But I can't get more than an amp. There we go. Now it's showing power. Okay, good. Now the question will just be, well, already at max draw, isn't it? Yep, it's back up. Maybe I can run one more turbine at this configuration. Yeah, so it's warning that the energy dynamo tier is too low. But that's only because it's too low by just barely. By like 200. 200 EU per tick. Not too worried about that. I'm also wondering what the resting power level is going to be without all the batteries. I do need to get more batteries set up. The rest of the battery holes? Yes. Get the battery holes, and then I'll see about getting the vanadium. And then I could have that. We got tons of uranium hexafluoride. I think I need to really worry about setting up uranium processing just yet. Yeah, should turn that all around. Oh well. Well, now I've got a bunch of Lapotron batteries to deal with. Yeah, but I ordered a bunch of processors. Didn't get finished. Go look at that. Yeah, I already got all the batteries for this, didn't I? Almost all. Yeah, might as well fill out these battery buffers, then I can always just grab them later and move them around. Right. Real quick and see why my last crafting CPU never got done. You are short a processor? Literally short one processor. I think there's other stuff that looks weird. And there's also one processor sitting in the system, so that probably means that it got rerouted. Yeah, there it goes. Yep, it just got lost. 4 more crafting processors, so more crafting recipes can be ran in parallel. Well, distinct crafting, yeah. Ugh. So the system can track, or this will be what, 6 requests? 6 requests? 6 requests. 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 I currently have 2, an additional 4. I like this for now. Yeah, only 12 channels left. But I could move these onto their own channel. Okay, there's the big switchover finally. And luckily this is keeping up for the current amount. Oh, no, it is based. No, it's not. Okay, yeah, it is. I guess it's based on current capacity. Oh, get the new batteries in. If that's enough vanadium off the top of my head. Ow. Yeah, I should have stayed over here to can the new batteries. At some point I should just start grabbing EV machines from over here. 8. Pack of vanadium. I think these batteries take 8 per. Batteries. Red steel, niobium, titanium. Silver, bismuth, bronze, steel, black steel. There's 9 more batteries. Give me decent power storage for now. For the turbines to fill. That wasn't even enough change to kick it over. I'll wait for it before I run back. But there's decent power. That should be able to run this a lot easier. Without me, this and the other the blast smelter, this thing. I might actually even think about putting in an IV line of machines. Da, da, da. Gotta work on resin production. What other circuits can I make before I need resin? Integrated processors. Because I'm trying to get to resin for the nano processor. But I still have to run this version of an integrated processor. So I get those to the system. Use SOCs, fine out red wire, annealed copper. Okay, so I'll need annealed copper. Fine red alloy? Yeah, I don't think that's currently on the list. Okay. Circuit assemblies. There. Three. Wire mill. Annealed copper for the bolt mill. Bolt extruder. And then this is where I need to start getting into arc furnace. Run it through the arc furnace. I also need to do the same for steel, or wrought iron, steel, and mana infused. Oh, I don't have a right there. Graphite and soldering alloy look so much the same that I was confused for a second. Drives I can make up. 5 drives. Oh, I need some more housing. Starting to be made up. Knee. Graphite. Lapis. Phosphorus doped silicon. There we go. Reducing some of the stuff that goes to this chest. Still don't know exactly what I'm going to do with diamonds. There's a reason to keep exquisite diamonds around. The arc furnace yet? No. Both the current alloys I'm using the most. Not the cell workbench. Have their own. Guess I hit the power limit on this. Oh, I know what I did wrong. I don't have this facing the right direction. I was dumb. There we go. Now we're getting power. This should kick back on pretty soon. Yeah, I put the power box down instead of putting out towards the plug. So it wasn't getting any power. Let's see, what if I run it on the biodiesel? Enough power to run this system. We're using up too many data lines. Getting power. Why dead? Really drawing that much? Data or power? Hmm. Now it's getting more power. I don't know, it looks stable again. Blacks out again, I'll have to check. I'll have to do more investigation. The way to fix this. Because when it shut off, it dumped a bunch of stuff from the logistics system, which I don't mind. At least that means more resources are making their way over here. But I think I need this to then clear it back out. Tell me what I actually still need drives for. Okay. I run into... No, I still got speed, don't I? Yeah. Grab 4. Yeah, arc furnace. Copper. Steel. Wrought iron. I needed to exclude things that... they're supposed to stay in there. Fix for that. I'm trying to remember how to do weird ME things off the top of my head. Just hook that up as needed. Okay. Got arc furnace. Mana steel. Or mana infused. That's also an arc furnace recipe. Because that sometimes comes in handy. Now I should have annealed copper bolts. SOC. Fine alloy wire. Yeah, I think that's everything. Need to get these things an actual way to get molten tin. I needed to order an extractor. Nope, that's a distillery. Extractor. Running again. I feel like these spin up pretty fast. Only seems to be looking at it on power regen. That's a good thing. The only thing I worry about is bandwidth for actually providing it. As long as this returns to 130, it's not an issue. All the dusts I want to have their own, but I want certain things to be able, or certain things I don't mind doubling up. I just want to stay under the 30 or 63 type limit. I didn't grab the drive. Inverter. Hmm. I could have put titanium actually in that cell too. Because this isn't... Because I'm going to store this, the titanium I'm currently using for this, as actually a liquid most of the time. Yeah, I should just do a cell for diamonds right now to make it easy. Of course I didn't. I almost didn't grab the cell again. That does work. Yep, not in that chest. It's 2 levels deep, and I can still retrieve it without issue. The old Super Soren Drive version of storage still works. Okay, so what else do I need to do? Yeah, I should get a vacuum freezer set up. That. Oh, I should see if this works. This one's going to be interesting. How am I going to do this? Probably a dual interface, actually, now that I think about it. How far am I away from this being able to make an interface? Oh yeah, I still need energized polylattice, isometric crystal. Crystallizer, unless I want to use a nether star lens. Same difference, but this uses less resources. Move a crystallizer over here. almost need to start a new line just for stuff that produces fluids. Oh, we got to take a break here, and then we'll be back. All right. No, I don't want to fall down there. Yeah, I think interfaces are still just a touch out of the way. I will need to grab the full lattice setup before I actually do that. I think I need a section for recipes that result in a fluid product. I'm gonna test it. Gonna work. I think I'm gonna need fluid interface, or at least a dual interface. Where's just molten tin? Does it use the... use this tin? Yeah, it looks like it does. And that's ready for another drive bay. One of these providing destabilized redstone. Get a lot more. Weird. That's still blacking out. Need more of that. Okay, being worked on. There's a dual interface. Alright, let's see if I can make this work. Or if it's just going to freak out. Sulfuric acid. Or no, I should already have a sulfuric acid. I bring it over if... Yep, no, I already had one for it. Yeah, everything's chugging away. Okay, there's sulfuric. Will this work, or will this be a horrible abomination? Circuit board. It should be waiting till the system has everything. Hey, Carlos, welcome in. Yep. A year of affiliate so far. Yeah, I didn't even realize it had been a year yet. Thanks for stopping by. Guessing this is going to have issues, isn't it? Where are you? Okay, you're currently here. running SOC wafers and annealed copper bolts. Oh, it already says it's got the molten tin. Currently crafting the SOC wafer. Of course, that didn't get set correctly. And bolts. Same thing here. Okay. And those should have speed upgrades. This run a bit faster. Saw's currently running. Yeah. Make the SOC chips. That's the Ivy recipe. I can't. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to run this recipe anytime soon. But at least the tin works. That means I can come up with a way to run a recipe that ends in fluid crafting. I think I'm just going to have to trick the system for now. So this should work. I just have to change some stuff around. Wonder if I even need a dual interface. Trying to craft that over here. Trying to get ME system stuff figured out as I build out my new item network. Get the damn resin crafting done. Resin's such a big thing in this pack. Large amount of rain, fluoride, steam, distilled water, iridium. Yeah, I do, and I do have a thing for glycerol. Good. So I need another fluid interface. I'll just trick the system with this real quick. There, now it thinks it's done crafting. Stuff out and throw it in the system also. Give it for another craft. Let me order like another couple fluid interfaces. Yeah, that's all one data line. There's only currently 4 on that data, on this 8 channel line. So I can still slam another 4 interfaces on this without issue. That hopefully up and running. How many more flux plugs can I order? Yeah, decent amount. I'm just worried on running low because right now it's based on Enderman heads and netherite ingots. Netherite ingots are rather hard to get. Our system, it's currently in rest again. Yep. IV powered batteries. Currently I'm making 5 amps EV or 5 amps IV, which is more than a whole 16 amp EV battery buffer. It's actually 1 1/4. I mean, it's pretty much the same as I was making for before, but it works. Unblocking mode, right? Yeah, good. I want to make sure I have things set up correctly. There we go. There's a new fluid interface. Oh, but I need another... Forgot the fluid provider pipes. Fluid suppliers. Need to bring glycerol over here to see if I can get the epichloridian resin processing. So that means I need to make the old version of circuits. Be done with a light blue lens. Needs another laser engraver. In here somewhere. I've only used 2 laser engravers. I ordered 3. over glycerol. What I thought there. Yep. What if I pop a dual interface on this? Yep, and I can produce epichlorhydrin on demand. That's what I wanted to see. One more step closer to resin. Should be missing just one chemical. Phenol. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. I'm gonna need a chemo. I might need to keep using this. In here. I have a fluid level emitter. Fluid export bus. A fluid extractor. And a redstone card. I remember how to do this. Because you make this sensitive to this. And you basically have this be the main way for auto-crafting the fluid. And that's why you have this. I don't want to use stocked items. want it to craft new items while it's exporting. So then whatever I put back in the system, it won't use. Active without signal. Yeah. Put import bus. $100,000? Inverted. Or no. Never mind, it was right before. It should turn on when there isn't enough. That should start crafting it again. And it's currently stocking the big chem reactor down there. Yeah, I think that works. And 3 channels. That's going to be fluid auto crafting. That's going to be weird. And I might have to give it its own chem reactor eventually. Okay, so the last thing I need is phenol, which I believe I can only really get from wood tar, coal tar, phosphoric acid, propene, benzene, oxygen. Could do this. Benzene, chlorine, water. I can also do that. Benzene, fumine, and oxygen. I want to do that one. That one I know is a pain in the butt. Plus you have to. That's IV. Oh, that's actually makes polybenz EBI. I don't know how to say that one. That's the fancy plastic. That's the last plastic you make. Chlorine, that's not bad. But I need to do a program circuit, which won't work in the dual interface. I would need another chemical reactor for that, probably. That's another way I could get phenol. That's going to need hydrogen, sodium hydroxide. Well, that can be done in a dual interface. Like salt. So it turns chlorine and benzene into hydrochloric acid and salt, besides phenol. I mean, I do use salt for a couple things. Got some phosphoric acid over here. Could do that. I only have it programmed for 24. I should be able to run this in the same one. Makes more acetone. Yeah, I mean that I can run that. Okay. Double check. Yeah, that's fine. So oxygen, benzene, propene. Benzene. Propene. Phosphoric. Okay, so I'm just missing the benzene and the propene. Be able to get from the other system for now. And of course, I'm still waiting on more fluid provider pipes. Because I did order a couple. I think I do need cells for them, though. Benzene. Propene. Make sure it's propene and not propane. I needed a new drive for this, didn't I? So you just go in. Alright. Having issues, right? I still don't get why my item drive was skipping out on me. Waiting on writers. See if I can can my last 3 vanadium batteries. So I can get a full IV buffer going. What did I run into? Showing up as a missing texture. Oh, maybe the chest. I am tiny. Yeah, I'm gonna need a bit more vanadium. Because it's 8 per battery. Press the batteries for now. Still having trouble with liquid glass. FSO2. Gonna have to bring glass over here. That the spot where the old tank used to be is gonna keep tripping me up, I think. Hopefully that will fix that issue. Got the batteries, got that fixed. That's what's been holding up the, that was what was holding up the pipes. Glass in there for now. I know I got more over here at least. Plug in these batteries into the main power. Still at 100% durability, even though they've run like twice. These are going to degrade even slower than the old ones. To program all this, I need to be able to make an LUV processor before I can run IV level stuff. I can't make this without, yeah, the LUV level. Okay, that's my current goal. Oh, that's going to need surface mount anyway. Oh, damn it. I want to teach it all the tantalum stuff and bring over tantalum. I need another scene. grab another chest for encoded patterns I can't put in yet. I'll have to teach it nickel, zinc, ferrite. Yeah, it's called ferrite mixture, which is weird. Oh, and it needs oxygen. At least it's not the worst mixer recipe in the world. I have to manually make sure I set circuit conditions, otherwise I might have issues. Yeah, I might... I'm just stocking this, aren't I? Yeah, that needs to be that just needs to be an ME bus. Do I have an ME fluid input bus? Output bus. Got a screwdriver somewhere here. I'll just stock this blast furnace with everything I could need. I might use that fluid hatch for something else. Yeah, this is my holding chest while I wait on other stuff. Alright, propene, benzene. Oh, that's propane. If this is all set up correctly, once all the chemicals get in the reactor, it should start up. Yep. Should produce the phenol. Should also get put in here. I don't have a phenol drive. Of course I don't. phenol. The only problem is I don't have a way to control this one. So this is probably going to make phenol until this is full. But there's the first epoxy resin. And with that, I should be able to make epoxy boards. Epoxy sheet. Gold foil, sulfuric acid. Board. That in. Really? I just can't put it in from up there? The add-on mod that adds dual interfaces does not seem to work quite right. Oh, wait, did I already have all this? Oh, I already had all this. That's what. That might be why. Never mind. Where? Nano CPUs. Yeah, that can be... These can be cut in the thing, right? Yeah, HV. Good. Cutting machine. Another chemical reactor set up. Okay. And maybe it was just because I was trying to put in a duplicate. Then I need CPU wafers. Just needs the light blue. Okay. Add... So this is currently nitrogen. I need to add oxygen. Damn it. Wrong thing. Or at least 10K. And then I need titanium. Tetrachloride. I don't currently have in the system, but I might bring over eventually to make... Currently I have the other base making me my titanium, but I might need to bring it over here. I'll need to bring it over here eventually. Okay. I have the new laser engraver coming. What else do I need to work on here? Oh, did it work? Yep, nope, that looks like it worked. So now, as long as I've got 100,000 millibuckets of epichloridian in the system, this shuts off epichloridian production. That is good. Oh, I also need to bring over glowstone. Actually, I could teach it glowstone, destabilize glowstone. And I would need a drive for destabilize glowstone, which is going to be a pain. Because for some reason, thermal does not like to actually go into here. Ah. Seems to work when I put it from over there. Okay. Here's a drive for glowstone. Draped around that in a way I wasn't expecting. And raw carbon. I use this time to run out of patterns. Still waiting on an advanced assembler and what was the other one? Another laser engraver. Needs to go in the autoclave. Carbon over here yet? No. Bring over carbon. That does work. Oh, but I need a stack of carbon. Oh, because I do craft carbon from... That's right. I craft carbon from diamond dust. Alright, we do got to take a break here, and then we'll be back.